Take a breath, a real one. I want you to really feel the air moving into your lungs for a second. Most of us go through our whole day, hell, our whole lives, treating breathing like a background app running on a phone we forgot we owned. But just stay with that sensation for a minute. Now look at your hands, look at the skin, the knuckles. Maybe you've got some grease under the nails or a scar from that thing that happened back in '98. We've been conditioned, trained, really, to believe that this is the primary reality, that if you can't touch it, kick it, or buy it, it's just some woo-woo fairy tale. We are obsessed with the 5%. Did you know that? Modern astrophysicists, men and women with PhDs and billion-dollar telescopes, will tell you straight to your face that everything we see, everything we've ever measured, every star in the sky, every grain of sand on the beach, even your own hands, it only accounts for about 5% of what's actually out there. The other 95%, they call it dark matter and dark energy. And here's the kicker. They have no idea what it is. They can't see it. They can't trap it in a jar. They can't put it on a scale. But they know the math doesn't work without it. They know the whole universe would just fly apart into a trillion pieces if that invisible scaffolding wasn't there, holding the atoms together. Now, why am I telling you this? Because you've been living your life as if that 5% is the whole story. You're trying to fix a 95% problem using 5% tools. You feel it, don't you? That heavy nagging sense that there's something more, something behind the curtain. You've been looking for it in bank accounts, or in other people's approval, or in the next market trend, but you're looking in the wrong geography. I'm here to tell you that you are the 95%. You aren't a person who happens to have a soul, like some kind of accessory you put on in the morning. You are a massive, non-physical, multi-dimensional entity. Let's call it a primary operator. And you are currently focused right now through a human interface. You're playing the role of the employee so well that you've actually started to believe the name tag is who you are. This isn't a philosophy lesson. This is a structural briefing. We're here to find the admin password to the other 95% of your life. Let's talk about the world you're standing in right now. It's 2026, and everyone is losing their minds over AI. We're building these massive digital brains that can write poems and code software and mimic the way we talk. It's impressive, sure, but look closer at the mechanics. Even the most powerful AI in the world, even something that can process 1 trillion data points a second, it's just a hunk of cold silicon and cooling fans until a user sits down and gives it a command. Without the user, the machine has no purpose. It's just potential. Your body? It's the most advanced biological interface in the history of the render. Think about it. 50 trillion cells. Right now, as you're listening to my voice, your heart is pumping at the exact rhythm needed to fuel your brain. Your lungs are extracting oxygen. Your liver is running complex chemical filters. Your stomach is turning breakfast into fuel. And you aren't doing any of it? I mean, when was the last time you had to remind your heart to beat? When was the last time you sat down and manually adjusted your white blood cell count because you felt a cold coming on? You don't do it because you've got a massive array of subroutines running in the background. So the question is, if you aren't running the body, who is? If you think it's just the small you, the one that's stressed about the car payment or the static on the news, you're way off the mark. That small you, that's just one program running on the desktop. It's an important program, sure. It's the one that helps you navigate the grocery store and remember your zip code, but it's not the one in charge of the 95%. I am writing this, and you are hearing this from a coordinate point that exists outside that digital interface. In the tradition I represent, the speaker's tradition, we realize that consciousness doesn't live inside the skull. Your brain isn't a hard drive that stores your life. It's a radio that tunes into your frequency. And for most of you, the reception is terrible. You've got so much social static and fear-based interference that you can barely hear the signal from your own primary operator. You've been taking orders from the interface for so long that you've forgotten the pilot even exists. Think of it like this. Imagine you're a pilot and you're flying a high-tech drone over a desert. The drone is in the middle of a sandstorm. It's taking fire. The sensors are screaming. The fuel is low. From the drone's perspective, it's a crisis. It's the end of the world. But you're sitting in a climate-controlled room 3,000 miles away. You've got the satellite map. You know exactly where the fuel station is. You know that even if that specific drone goes down, you are still the pilot. You are safe. You are authorized. You have the credentials. The spoken credentials we're talking about today. It's just the act of remembering you're the one in the chair. It's realizing that your identity isn't the plastic and the wiring of the drone. Your identity is the pilot. Now, let's get into the mechanics, the how of it all. You've probably heard people talk about energy or vibes, right? It's become a bit of a cliche in the 2026 noise floor. But if we strip away the fluff, what we're actually talking about is focus. In this archive, we understand that your consciousness is a lot like a high-powered laser. When that laser is focused on a single point, it can cut through steel. When it's diffused, it's just a dull glow in the room. Most of you, you're living in the dull glow. Your focus is scattered across 1,000 different tabs: social media, past regrets, future anxieties, the opinion of a neighbor you don't even like. But here's the secret they don't teach you in the grid. You aren't just using focus, you are focus. Your primary operator, the real you, is currently engaged in thousands of different renders simultaneously. You have versions of yourself playing out different lives in different eras, different coordinate points. I know. Sounds like a sci-fi flick. But think about your own dreams for a second. When you're dreaming, you are 100% convinced that the dream is real. You're running, you're talking, you're feeling the wind on your face, and while you're in it, you have no idea that there's a you asleep in a bed in 2026. You are totally focused in that dream rental. Physical reality is exactly the same thing. It's just a denser dream. You've been taught that your thoughts are just these little wisps of nothing that float around inside your skull. That's a lie. Your thoughts are the actual software code that instructs the 95% of the universe on how to build the 5%. Every time you say, "I'm the kind of person who always has bad luck," you aren't just making a complaint. You're issuing a rendering command. You're telling the interface, "Hey, load up the bad luck assets. Make sure the frustration lighting is high. I want to experience the victim subroutine today." And because the interface is loyal to a fault, it builds it for you, exactly the way you asked. This is what I mean when I say you are writing the book from outside the grid. You are a non-physical entity that is so powerful, so skilled at this simulation, that you've managed to create a world so convincing, you actually forgot you're the one who built it. That's not a failure, by the way. It's a masterpiece. It means you're a hell of an architect. But if the house you've built is starting to feel like a prison, maybe it's time to remember you're the one with the blueprint. So let's have a real conversation. Just you and me. Look at the static in your life right now. I'm talking about the stuff that keeps you up at 3 a.m. The debt, the health issues, the feeling that you're stuck in a loop, doing the same dance with the same people year after year. You've been blaming the system, haven't you? You've been blaming the economy or your parents or the algorithm. And I get it. The 5% world is designed to make you feel small. It's designed to make you feel like an employee. But if you're the primary operator, then who authorized the static? I'm going to tell you something that might sting, but you need to hear it if you want to walk out of this room differently than you walked in. You've been using your multi-dimensional focus to render a small story because it's safe. It's easy to be a victim. It's easy to say, "I can't," because then you don't have to try. You've been a king pretending to be a peasant just to see if you could survive the struggle. You've been a pilot pretending the drone is all there is because the sandstorm is more exciting than the quiet of the control room. But the game is over. The credentials have been spoken. You can't go back to being just a person after you've realized you're the one running the simulation. You can't unsee the scaffolding. Every time you complain about your life from here on out, there's going to be a little voice in the back of your head, that 95% voice, reminding you you're the one holding the remote. You want a different channel? Then change the frequency. This is the mirror interrogation. You aren't looking at your face, you're looking at your authorization. Here is the deal. Chapter 1 is done. The foundation is poured. From this moment on, you stop identifying with the 5%. You stop identifying with the drone. You stop being an employee of time. I want you to walk out into your day, or go to sleep tonight, with one singular command running in your system. I want you to say it to yourself until your 50 trillion cells start to vibrate with it. I am the operator. I authorize the render. Don't hope for a better day. Authorize it. Don't wait for the world to change. Render the change. You are a persistent, eternal, non-physical consciousness, currently engaged in a high-stakes simulation of being human. It's time to stop acting like a passenger and start acting like the architect. We've established the credentials. We know who is in the chair. Next time, we're going to look at the environment you've built around you and why you chose this specific coordinate point to begin with. Clear your mirror, command your light. The 95% is waiting. I am the speaker. Welcome to the Validity.
Authorizing architect access. The signal is valid.